Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Again with you, Omar from Brownsburg Motorsports. Today we have a 2018 M4 and we're going to be showing you the step-by-step on how to remove and replace the front brake pads and the brake pad wear sensor. So let's go ahead and jump straight to it. All right, first thing first, once you remove the wheel, go ahead and clean your caliper a little bit. Usually I use a painter grade tape. I just put it over the holes over here where the guide pins are, and then I bring my tool like this, and I tap it to get it out. I'm out of tape, but I've done this enough times that I know I'm not gonna scratch it, so just be careful. I'm just gonna go like this, and then there we go. That's the first one. All right, now that the guide pins are pushed in a little bit, as you can see, the end of it started to come out. Let me bring the camera better angle here for you guys. Right there. I went ahead and grabbed my vice grip, and now I'm just gonna twist, wobble it, and pull it out slowly. Perfect, that's the first one. So we gotta make sure we clean this up. Our best technician here, Jeremy, is gonna hop on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove the second one. All right, so after we went ahead and removed the guide pins, I'm gonna grab my flathead here, and I'm gonna see if I can push these pads off the rotor. You gotta be extra careful because we're not doing the rotors, so we definitely do not want to scratch them. You gotta do it on the edge, and as you see, I'm putting my my flathead between the pad and the rotor, and I'm pushing out like towards me. There we go. As you see, it's becoming loose, and in doing that we retract the pistons on the caliper. Okay, that's one, and then we can go ahead and maybe, there we go, get this one out. That's how that piece goes back in. The guide pins goes through that, and we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the rear. But before that, let me go ahead and remove this brake pad wear sensor.
You need a wedge one on the other side.
We are gonna cut it anyway, so let me grab my wire cutter. Cut that wire because we have a new replacement for this. The brake pad wear sensor is completely worn out. All right. Now let's see if we can do this. If the other side is gonna move, yes it is. The other side is moving a little bit, as you saw. It just got pushed. So what you can use is, you can use any kind of flathead, honestly. If you have a thick flathead, go to look for when you don't find it. All right, we got another flathead. I'm gonna put over here. Push against the, push the pad out. Then I'm gonna bring my flathead on the side here and start pushing again, slowly. Now, if you have a shop, then you probably have the tool for the caliper tool, which I do have. I am gonna drop it in the description below. But we can only use that when we have the caliper out. In this scenario, we're not taking the caliper out, so now both our pistons are retracted, and those are the pistons I'm talking about. That's one, that's two, and then we have two on the side as well. So now our pads are out. As you saw, that's how we removed them. The brake pad wear sensor goes on the rear pad, and that's how it's installed. Now, as far as the brake pad wear sensor harness, I'm gonna show you right now where that comes from and how we're gonna replace it. So first, it goes over here. We're just gonna pull it over there a little bit. Just put some force on it, it will come out. Then here, we're just gonna follow it. Okay, and then lastly, it goes to this box. Make sure you guys could see that box over there. Yes, you could. So I'm just gonna release those two tabs over there, pull this harness, and then pull the connector out. Perfect. Now we have a tab in the bottom. You're gonna press that tab, and then this will be released. And just like that, our brake pad wear sensor harness is out. I got a new original one from Techstar. I will drop the link in the description below for that. Now we can go ahead and replace this. First thing, we're gonna go ahead and connect it. So as you see, make sure it's in the same position. Once it snaps, that means it's good. Then we're gonna align it there. And then there. We can close this small little door. We align it there. We bring it from here. We align it right here now. Okay. Then we align it right there. It goes from here. And our brake pad wear sensor harness is ready. All right, you guys, we went ahead and bought EBC brakes, the red ones for this car per customer request. I will go ahead and drop the link in the description below. These will provide better performance, better braking power, tested by myself and a lot of other drivers out there. So I'll go ahead and drop the link in the description below for this. All right, here we are. Now, like I said, our brake pad wear sensor is ready to be installed. I have my soft brush over here. I'm just gonna clean up the rotor a little bit and put some grease on the edges of the pads. If Jeremy could grab me the grease, please. Yeah, I'm just cleaning up the rust. You can use a wire brush if you want, but being so close to the pistons, I usually just use the soft one. So it's not like a wire brush or like anything. Now we have our brake pads. We're gonna put grease in two different spots. First thing we're gonna put is a little bit over there. That's just a little bit over there, a little bit over there, a little bit here, and a little bit there. That's all we need, just to make sure they don't seize on the caliper. Now, the pad obviously facing the rotor. We're gonna slide the first one in, and then slide the second one in. Make sure. Oh, it's the pistons. There you go. Right, pause. Yeah, I might have to push the pistons a little bit. So I'm gonna use my flathead again. I'm gonna push against the first piston, just a tad bit. There we go. Just to make sure our brake pads will slide in very easily. There we go, just like that. And now our brake pads are in. I'm gonna go ahead and bring our clamp back. All right, now we went ahead and cleaned up our guide pins. As you see, Jeremy cleaned them up very nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the first one. Before we put the guide pin and the bracket back on, I'm just gonna lubricate this a little bit. Just a little bit of grease so it doesn't seize on there. All right, now we can go ahead and bring our bracket. Our bracket goes in and goes back in that position. Our guide pin has to go through there. So I'm gonna start with the first one, coming from the back. It's gonna go like that. We just got to make sure we align this. There we go, perfect. Now our bracket is in there. Before we do that, let's go ahead and install our brake pad wear sensor. I'm just gonna go ahead and slide it in there. This needs to be pushed in. So what I usually use for that, if it is being a little bit tricky, I would just hold the flathead to the edges and push it. There we go, just like that. It is completely in. Make sure it has that metal bracket on it. It's like a clip on it. But now that our first guide pin is installed, the clip is installed, and the brake pad wear sensor is installed, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and grease that up a little bit as well. All right. Now we can go ahead. Now this is gonna be a little bit tricky because we do have to. You'll see how I'm gonna run it through it. You gotta make sure it aligns. Okay. All right. It's almost there. Now we're gonna tap the back side. until it's flushed or almost flush. And then the bottom one, let's make sure it's aligned. And just like that, our brake pad water sensor is installed, the brake pads were placed, and our bracket is back properly. Let me make sure I show you guys. I'm just gonna get a closer look. Now if you look from the front, you can see the tip of that guide pins, both of them back in there. The brake hardware or the clip is back properly. Make sure it goes, see how it goes against that, there and there. And the trick to it is, you just put the first one in, make sure it's aligned, not all the way, just like get it in this hole from the back. And then you push on this, you put the second one in, and you try to align it here. Then you tap it with a hammer. You're not gonna hammer like the crap out of it. You're just gonna tap it a little bit until it's almost flushed. Let me show you what it would look like. See the edge on there? You can almost see nothing there and there. And yeah, with this sums up our video for today. If you guys have any question, make sure you drop them in the comment section below. I will make sure I drop the link in the description below for both the brake pads and the brake pad wear sensor. And like always, make sure you like and follow for more videos.